Hello everyone, I'm Alan Lockwood, Chairman, and welcome to this year's annual awards. Before we start our online event, I would like to acknowledge that it's been a tough year with the coronavirus outbreak, and I want to personally thank all of our fabulous colleagues at R- for their hard work and dedication. Now, on with the awards. As you know, we would usually be celebrating this in person, but due to the coronavirus outbreak, we're replicating our ceremony online the best we can. I hope you all enjoy our awards footage. If you or your team wins, we welcome you posting photos and messages on social media. However, when taking photos, please remember, we need to keep safe and maintain social distancing. Also, if you take photos, please share them with our comms team by emailing r-r-communications@nhs.net. In our awards, we are recognising members of staff and teams who have gone above and beyond to have been shortlisted. We had nearly 300 entries, and our judges had a really tough time choosing the finalists. Without a word of exaggeration, it is true to say that we have so many talented, passionate and dedicated people working at R-. However, let's get on with our awards. For each of the awards category, you will see a short film with the nominees telling us why they made their entry and why it should win. I want to thank all nominees for taking the time to do the filming. You've done a great job. After the video clip in each of the categories, we will announce the highly commended entry or runner-up, followed by the winner. The remaining 3 finalists will each receive commended certificates. The winner of each category will receive a voucher for £100 to spend within their team or service. And at the end of the awards, we will announce the Chief Executive's Award and the Chairman's Award, and these 2 winners will also receive vouchers to again spend in their service. So, good luck to our finalists. And I will now hand over to Joe McDonough, our Interim Director of Strategy, to introduce our first category.
The Partnership Working Award is for a team that demonstrates success in working in partnership to improve or change services for the benefit of the people that we support or their carers. It can be between teams in the Trust or with colleagues from other organisations. So those shortlisted are the Children and Young People's Mental Health Service, Dan Kirk, Shiloh and Building Safer Neighbourhoods, the Grounded Research and Communications Team, the Discharge-to Assess Team, and the Looked After Children's Team. Let's hear why they were nominated.
The Children's Mental Health Services across the 3 localities, Rotherham, Doncaster and North Lincolnshire, have developed some great partnerships with local sports teams to deliver group-based interventions for young people experiencing mental health difficulties. The safety net groups have been running in Rotherham and Doncaster prior to COVID. The North Lincolnshire sessions were just about to start and have since morphed into home goals. The sessions are jointly delivered between CAMS workers and staff from the local sports teams, Rotherham and Scunthorpe United football clubs and Doncaster Knights rugby team. The sessions are a mix of psychoeducation and physical exercise, and I think that the groups have really helped to break down some barriers between staff and young people, and have also helped to raise awareness and confidence of the sports teams we work with to feel able to talk about mental health concerns with young people and also to share their own personal experiences. There's been some great feedback about the time-limited sessions from young people and parents and carers that they live with too.
I nominated Dan due to his innovative role in the Safer Neighbourhood Partnership. He works across a whole range of agencies, including South Yorkshire Police, RMBC Homelessness, Shiloh, amongst others. It provides valuable insight to our partner agencies regarding mental health and support in complex cases and high-intensity users who touch all those services.
The reason that we've nominated them is because we've done a lot of work around equality and diversion, and we've always taken a pride in our accessing our hard-to-reach communities. And we've actually, together, we've produced a video reaching out to BAME communities, and this has received a lot of acclaim both locally, regionally, with interviews on BBC Radio Sheffield and Trax FM, and now nationally with our clinical studies officer being asked to take part in a research study because of his expertise in accessing sort of hard to reach communities. So I'm very proud of the partnership that existed between the grounded research team and the comms team, and of course this was in light of the difficulties that we've all experienced with the COVID-19 pandemic and the social distancing. So, I really want to thank the comms team for their support and help, and they made it seamless and they made it seem easy. So that's why I've nominated them, and I'm really pleased that they've been shortlisted.
Nominated the Discharge Pathway for the Partnership Award because we developed this with RDASH, the local authority, the Acute Trust and the CCG in Doncaster to respond to the demand during the first stage of the pandemic. The model was developed and started within 3 weeks across all partners. To date, over 2,000 people have gone through the pathway. AHPs have come together from 3 organisations to deliver proactive rehabilitation and keep people at home. Staff have joined together to input into a multidisciplinary triage team, and managers have worked across boundaries to problem solve and work through changing guidance in a really highly pressurised environment. It's been tough. There's been lots of patience needed, but the rewards of the patient of working without organisational walls has been really evident. Work is now moving on to embed some of the positives into more long-standing service transformation. This has truly demonstrated what can be achieved when organisations come together and work in partnership for the benefit of our patients.
I want to nominate the Looked After Children's team for the Partnership Working Award because they're the only nursing team in the country to be part of a national pilot trialling a new approach to mental health assessments for children entering care. The team have worked in close partnership with the Looked After Children's CAMS team, who provided invaluable support, guidance and supervision. The success of the pilot in Doncaster is also down to the already established excellent working relationships with Doncaster Children's Trust. Most importantly, a key focus for the team has been the involvement of young people who have been through the care system themselves. This has ensured that they've remained child-centred, with the child at the heart of everything they do. I could not be prouder of the team's achievements, commitment, passion and dedication to improve outcomes for vulnerable children throughout what has been a very challenging time.
I'm pleased to announce that the highly commended entry is the Grounded Research and the Communications teams. On to the winner. So the winner of the Partnership Working Award 2020 is the Children and Young People's Mental Health Service. Well done.
Hello everyone, I'm here to present the Patient Experience and Carer Involvement Award. The award is for a team or individual that can demonstrate successfully engaging service users or carers, positively influencing a service improvement or a change. Those who have been shortlisted are the North Lincolnshire Nursery Nurses, the North Lincolnshire Improving Access to Psychological Therapies, the Community Learning Disability Team North Links, the Looked After Children Nurses and Robin Boyd in Doncaster, the North Links School Nursing Team for Digital Engagement. So let's hear why they were nominated.
I've nominated the North Lincolnshire Nursery Nurses because they responded very quickly after lockdown to re-establishing the baby massage service virtually. Parents fed back that they looked forward to the sessions and enjoyed spending time doing the massage with their babies. It also provided an opportunity for them to ask questions. This was an excellent service provided at a difficult time for families.
As part of the new normal, our IAP team developed a series of virtual groups to support engagement and attendance for the people who need their service. They fully embraced alternatives to face-to-face working. They engaged in training to deliver therapeutic interventions virtually so that they could maximise the treatment experience for all individuals in several different formats to make sure that they were accessible as possible.
I've made this nomination for the Community Learning Disability team because they've worked really hard throughout the COVID pandemic, like most of us have, to make sure their patients and their service users, families and carers have remained in touch with our services. They set up a weekly contact centre for people in care homes. They sent numerous easy read plans out and information in relation to COVID and how to deal with it. They sent information packs to unpaid carers that were supporting people with learning disabilities to make sure they knew that our services were there if they needed us and that they had the right information and the right resources that they needed them.
I'd like to nominate the Looked After Children, referred to as LAC, nurses and the LAC Children's Mental Health colleagues for their dedication to engaging with young people in the development of services. As part of the national pilot to improve mental health and wellbeing assessments for young people in care, the services have worked closely with young people who have experience of being in care themselves. Young people have found a strong voice through the pilot to influence and change nationally suggested approaches to engaging with young people in the assessment and documentation processes, considering language, what things look like, etc. So, for example, the pilot had mental health passports, which have now been changed to journals to make them more friendly. The LAC teams have completely embraced the opportunity to co-produce and develop this pilot with young people, supported their voice to be heard and observed the responses from national pilot leads, the Children's Minister and many others, being completely blown away by the engagement, co-production and the impact this has had.
I'm nominating the North Link School Nursing Digital Engagement Team for their work during the COVID pandemic in engaging young people creatively and innovatively through a range of social media and digital platforms. They use TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and e-clinics to engage with young people who may be feeling isolated or on their own or unable to access health information and advice during the pandemic.
Now on to the winners. I'm pleased to announce that the entry selected as highly commended is the Community Learning Disability Team. Well done. And now on to the winner. The winner of the Patient Experience and Carer Involvement Award 2020 is the North Link School Nursing Team for Digital Engagement. Well done. Our next category is the Health and Wellbeing Award, and this is for an individual or a team who's gone above and beyond to support the health and wellbeing of their colleagues. Shortlisted nominations are Improving Access to Psychological Therapies, North Links, Dr. Gemma Graham at Rotherham and Dr. Laura Turner at Doncaster, Rebecca Snape, CAMS, Rotherham, Joanne Dakin, Doncaster, and the Children's Care Group Health Champions. Now let's hear why they've been nominated.
At the start of our pandemic outbreak, our IAC team set up a daily call via MS Teams and made appointments available for staff that work in our care group to help them manage their own wellbeing and their resilience whilst working in frontline services. They then extended this to the local acute trust staff, particularly those working in high-risk areas, and then also to hospice staff who were supporting bereaved families. It showed great commitment and support to all of our NHS colleagues.
I have nominated Dr. Gemma Graham and Dr. Lauren Turner because of the wonderful piece of work they completed in compiling the Manager's Support Guide for staff wellbeing during COVID-19. Gemma and Laura were incredibly proactive during the COVID-19 outbreak and recognised early on the potential secondary impacts upon staff wellbeing in reaction to working through and responding to the pandemic. Together they presented the possible effects of the pandemic may have on staff wellbeing, collated multiple resources and formatted this into a clear and user-friendly support pack for managers sharing this across the Trust. The pack remains available on the intranet. Thank you both for your hard work and for enabling managers to support their own and the wellbeing of their staff team.
I want to thank Bex for the time, dedication and effort and creative thinking that's been taken to support the health and wellbeing of staff within Rotherham CAMS service. Bex has facilitated workplace wellness and fitness sessions in our CAMS team, encouraging people to get away from their desks at lunchtime and do some short sessions of movement and exercise. This has been a combination of short exercise sessions or yoga. The offer has extended to those working from home throughout recent months, as sessions have been facilitated via Zoom or Microsoft Teams. Bex has balanced this alongside a very busy role as a CAMHS practitioner within our intensive community support team. Beck's motivation and enthusiasm is contagious, and her passion for mental health and fitness has inspired others to participate and has helped to keep the team in contact through a period of time that for some has been incredibly difficult and isolating. We're so proud to have Bex as part of our team.
I've nominated Jo Dakin because she's embraced the changes required and supported us throughout these most recent and difficult times, and has always been available whenever we have needed her to be. Even when she's been extremely busy with the ever-changing information and guidance which needed to be shared for the COVID-19 pandemic, Jo's always spent quality time and shown appreciation of all of her staff. We recognise how proud of her staff that Jo really is, especially to those who volunteered for the Nightingale Hospital and other redeployment, but also understanding how difficult it was for their colleagues remaining behind in the service to carry on the day-to-day work. She still listened and showed care and compassion, which is a skill that is not always recognised. We value Jo as a manager and trust that she's there for us as team leaders, and we would like to say a big thank you for this. Jo's definitely gone over and above and beyond to support us and the wider 0 to 5 health visiting service, as well as maintaining an efficient service for clients and families of Doncaster. Jo's always had our back in both words, action, support and development.
I'm nominating the Children's Care Group Health Champions for the Health and Wellbeing Award. I'm nominating them for this award because they really champion health and wellbeing within the care group. They really share the messages. They meet every month to discuss new health and wellbeing ideas. They have a Stop for Safety Day in which they kind of look at any particular issues and deal with them. They are really good at thinking up new initiatives and rolling with it, giving lots of scope to their staff within the teams to get involved in health and wellbeing initiatives. For example, they created a walk-in supervision in the North Links school nursing team. They're always getting involved in any events or fitness classes that we're doing, and they're just great.
On to the winners. I'm pleased to announce that there have been 2 entries judged to be highly commended. These are Dr. Gemma Graham and Dr. Laura Turner and Joanne Dakin. Well done. And now to the winner. The winner of the Health and Wellbeing Award 2020 is the Children's Care Group Health Champions. Well done.
Hello. Our next award is for Support Team of the Year. This is to recognise a support team that can demonstrate success in improving services, managing a difficult issue, implementing a service change, or supporting a clinical team to do so. Shortlisted nominations are the Infection Prevention and Control Team, the Continuous Service Improvement Team, the entire IT Service Team, the COVID-19 PPE Team, the Communications Team. Let's hear why they were nominated.
Our infection prevention and control specialist nurses have a vision that no person is harmed by preventable infection, and they continue to strive to achieve this by modelling and promoting excellent infection prevention and control practice. Never more has this been needed than during the COVID-19 pandemic. The team have worked tirelessly by going above and beyond, adapting to a massively increased workload and working a 7-day week rota. They have provided leadership, advice and support and have been available to all staff across the Trust. They've enabled staff to manage patients safely and protect themselves from this unprecedented pandemic. This amazing, strong, resilient team just took it in their stride. They were shining stars in uncharted waters. No ask was too great and no question went unanswered. They even managed to keep a sense of humour, sometimes. They are a credit to the nursing profession and this Trust.
The
So this year it's been really difficult to put forward individuals or teams for an Excellence Award. So many of our teams have really risen to the challenge around COVID. However, in the spirit of the awards, I feel that the Continuous Service Improvement team require particular recognition. The team have been adaptive and flex, working across 7 days a week, developing and supporting the distribution of PPE and merging wards together in the emergency planning response. They have done this alongside maintaining a very busy business as usual work plan across all of the care group. So it's a special thank you from the senior leadership team and for all of your support. Good luck.
Hayden Walker has nominated the entire IT services team for Support Team of the Year. As due to the pandemic, the entire department has pulled together and worked towards one goal and enabling many of the Trust staff to become remote home workers. The team were able to source, build and deploy over 400 additional laptops in a very short time frame, along with the requirement to expand the remote working offer for it to support over 1,500 total remote workers. That's approximately 50% of Trust staff. Normally, contact with the IT department for the majority of staff starts out as a negative experience. Something isn't working, so they call the IT service desk. So to be able to turn that around and become a positive force for digital change was brilliant.
The PPE team should win Support Team of the Year because they are a group of people in various different roles across the Trust who came together when the world was falling apart. They were all willing to ignore what was written in their job descriptions and respond to the needs of the organisation in order to protect our staff and our patients alike. Unfortunately, we will never be able to quantify the impact that their commitment had, but what we do know is that their actions have protected a countless number of people across our communities. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I would like to nominate the whole of the communications team. The Children's Care Group feels that the team work with us so positively to ensure that we're visible to children, young people and families. Out of the many pieces of work the team have supported us with includes videos of our building so that young people can have a virtual tour before they come to the clinic or their environment to ease their anxiety and can familiarise themselves. The team have also supported the school nurses with Let's Get Ready for School videos so that families and young people that would have previously visited their new school can be prepared by watching this video. They also work with a staff member from within the care group to enhance our social media, our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and not forgetting the TikTok videos. So thank you for your support and good luck.
I'm pleased to announce that the team highly commended is the COVID-19 PPE team. Now, on to the winner. It gives me great pleasure to announce that this year's Support Team of the Year is the entire IT service team.
Our next category is Support Worker of the Year. This is to reward a support healthcare worker or a member of staff from any corporate service who can demonstrate success in improving our delivery of high quality services for people who need our support or their carers. Those shortlisted are Kelly Goldthorpe, North Lincolnshire, Donna Ord, Louis Turgoose in Doncaster, Jane Darker in Rotherham, Paula Wadsley in Rotherham. Let's hear why they were nominated.
I've nominated Kelly Goldthorpe for this award because she recognised that parents caring for children with special educational needs and disabilities can feel isolated, and this could be exacerbated by the reduced access to services and support networks during the COVID-19 lockdown. Kelly's personal and professional experience and knowledge gave her insight into the difficulties that parents might be facing and explored ways to offer support. Kelly established a virtual group that parents could access to enable them to share their own experiences, discuss issues and share information with other parents in the group to gain support from each other. plus Kelly or a colleague would be there to provide health advice when needed. The feedback from parents has been excellent, and the plan is to continue with the group through COVID-19 and on into the future.
I'm sure you will all recall waiting to watch Boris and his government team provide the nation with up-to-the-minute statistical data relating to the pandemic. But it is important to remember that someone, somewhere, is having to provide that information on a daily basis. One of those people for R- is Donna. She has provided information in relation to staff every day, including weekends and bank holidays from when the pandemic started. She has never once missed or moaned about providing this help, even when the government kept changing its mind, sometimes on a daily basis. As well as doing her day job, Donna also has supported the health and wellbeing team, making sure the wobble rooms were fully stocked and distributing donations out to staff. Donna has also come to the help of Doncaster Clinical Commissioning Group by providing smart card support for all Doncaster GPs and pharmacists, ensuring patient care has not been compromised. So I would like to say a huge thank you to Donna. It's important to remember that the NHS isn't amazing, it's the staff in the NHS that are amazing, and Donna is one of those. Thank you so much.
I nominate Lewis Turgoose because of his passion and commitment to the Trust. Lewis works in single point of contact, front door service for families of Doncaster and North Lincolnshire. Lewis leads by example and provides an exceptional telephone service. Throughout the pandemic, Lewis has ensured that this essential service for families has continued. Lewis continually supports colleagues and has supported the leadership team with data collection to monitor levels of home visiting, telephone contacts, and has supported with the introduction of virtual calls. Lewis has also extended his role by supporting community adult nursing. Lewis has redesigned their electronic ordering and audit system, making it more efficient and enabling staff to monitor stock levels remotely. This has proved to be invaluable during the pandemic and has supported clinical staff to maintain community services. Lewis has proven to be reliable, progressive throughout these changing times, and his work has ensured that both children's and adult services can continue to be caring and safe. Thank you, Lewis.
I've nominated Jane Darker because she's worked over and above her role in supporting other clinicians in developing a blood monitoring protocol. She's also worked to develop blood and ECG clinics for clients within our service who cannot access ordinary services due to the complexity of their needs. Throughout the pandemic, Jane has helped to deliver antibody and swab testing for staff and continues to volunteer over and above her role to ensure that patients are supported, especially through this difficult time. She's recently flexibly retired and maintains her enthusiasm and dedication to the service and to the people she cares for.
I've nominated Paula Wadsley, a community nursery nurse in North Lincolnshire Children's Care Group, for the award, as she has set up and liaised magnificently with staff, vulnerable clients and Henry to develop a brand new service to the Children's Care Group called Henry Buddies. I would like Paula to win this nomination because she is a very quiet, compassionate person, and she has stood out within the nursery nurse team this year for moving this forward.
I'm pleased to announce that the support worker who is highly commended is Lewis Turgoose. Let's now announce the winner. It's great to be able to tell you that the winner of Support Worker of the Year is Kelly Goldthorpe.
Hello, it gives me great pleasure to announce the results of the Clinical Team of the Year. This is awarded for success in improving services, managing a difficult issue, or implementing a service change to improve services for people who need our support or their carers. Shortlisted nominations are the Memory Team North Lincolnshire, the Neuropsychology Team Doncaster, the 0 to 5 Health Visiting and Stop Smoking Service, the Telehealth Team Doncaster, the Doncaster Access Team. Let's hear why they were nominated.
Over the past year, we've achieved our MSNAP re-accreditation, and from this we had lots of plans with regards working with the primary care networks, with the transition of some of our review patients, and we had lots of plans in regards post-diagnostic support. Due to COVID-19, all of our plans unfortunately have been put on hold. The development of the PCN has been suspended at this moment in time, and so we've had to work differently and innovatively with our patient group. The staff members have been fantastic with this, and they've embraced the new way of working. We've been innovative by piloting and launching virtual appointments for our patients so that we can continue to offer early identification, early diagnosis of dementia to enable us to give the best support and treatment for our patient group.
I've nominated the Neuropsychology Service because of the development of their service delivery and for the innovation they have demonstrated in response to COVID-19. Operational service delivery is via a hub and spoke model, whereby Band 4 assistant psychologists deliver the day-to-day interventions with each service supervised by the consultant neuropsychologist. This model builds MDT relationships, enhances communication, has an effective use of resource. It also supports succession planning as Band 4 staff go on to complete their clinical psychology training returning with students. Historical long waiting times and large caseloads have been cleansed, creating manageable workloads with less associated risk and reduced waits. Proactive support of research projects in collaboration with Sheffield Hallam University have also attracted Medical Research Council funding. The team piloted an MS Teams COVID anxiety management group for patients. This was a collaborative pilot with OT colleagues, which received very positive service user feedback. A thinking space group has also been established on Magnolia Lodge for staff to partake in reflective practice on the ward, which has been well received during COVID, providing time out from the pressures of the ward. I hope you agree this team are deserving of this award.
I have nominated the 0-to-5 Health Visiting Service in Doncaster because it is an outstanding clinical team who strive to promote early intervention for children, young people and families to enable them to reach their full potential. During COVID-19, the 0-to-5 team have continued to deliver core contact using and embracing new technology whilst recognising the most vulnerable of our population that will continue to require home visits. The team has also supported the wider R- and NHS workforce, utilising clinical skills and knowledge that they may not have used for a number of years. This included staff that were on standby for NHS Nightingale and staff that offer support to end-of-life service and district nursing. To ensure the child remains our priority, our services have increased contact to families and have worked in partnership with other agencies. They are a committed team who constantly innovate to deliver a quality service in these challenging and ever-changing times.
I have nominated the Telehealth team for the Clinical Team of the Year award because despite being a really small team of 4, the COVID-19 pandemic has really shone a light on them. The way the whole team have adapted to working from home, increasing the caseload they support twofold with the increase in vulnerable shielded people, having new staff temporarily join the team and all the adjustment and support that entails. A special mention for Angie Wheeler, the sister and lead within the team, as she has coped with the coordination of the new staff, guiding them to the new way of working to support and assess patients over the phone, which is very different to seeing someone face to face, while having a caseload too. I am very proud to call them one of my teams. Thank you Angie, Sarah, Fiona and Emma, and all of the additional staff who have supported through the pandemic.
So I've nominated Doncaster Access Team for Clinical Team of the Year. I've done this not just because they've continued to deliver a full service through this COVID crisis, but also for the number of service improvements that they've implemented during this difficult time. Everything that the team's done during this crisis has been aimed at improving patient safety and productivity, which only leads to better services for clients and reduce length of stay on home treatment.
I'm pleased to announce that the team judged as highly commended is the Memory Team North Lincolnshire. Now on to the winner. This year's Clinical Team of the Year 2020 goes to the 0-to-5 Health Visiting and Stop Smoking Service.
Hello, Nav Aluwalia. I'm the Medical Director of Ardash. Our next category is the Clinician of the Year Award for a doctor, nurse, AHP or any other clinically qualified member of staff who can demonstrate success in improving or delivering high quality services for the people we serve and their carers. So, shortlisted nominations: Martin Jones, North Lincolnshire; Dr Elizabeth Barron, Great Oaks; Gazella Davis, Badsley Lane; Tracy Fowler, Doncaster; Dr Andrew Heighton, North Lincolnshire. Let's hear why they were nominated.
Martin is a really good, compassionate and passionate nurse. He shares his skills and knowledge with other people and supports other people to develop into their best version of themselves at work. He has a lovely manner with all of his patients. It shows that their needs are at the forefront of his mind, and he manages to do this consistently. If one of my loved ones needed care on one of our wards, I'd be really happy to see Martin there to deliver their care.
I have nominated Dr Barron as she has shown incredible dedication and commitment to patients on Mulberry Ward and the support of the nursing team through a very difficult time due to the impact of COVID-19. The ward is always extremely busy with patients presenting with varying complex needs. Dr Barron is always compassionate with a tremendous amount of flexibility in hours that are worked in order to provide this care. Dr Barron is an outstanding clinician who places the patient at the centre of all decision making in relation to their care.
I nominated Gizzy Davis because she always works over and above her part-time role. This year she's developed and organised ECG and blood monitoring clinics and safe, robust protocols for antipsychotic and other medication monitoring, which due to the needs of the client group need to be carefully considered and augmented. Gizzy also ensured the expedient rollout and delivery of antibody blood testing for staff and organises the flu vaccination programme each year. Although flexibly retired, Gizzy continues to work enthusiastically and strives to achieve best practice for clients. Gizzy is inspirational and a highly valued member of the team and a testament to the learning disability nursing profession.
Tracy has encountered a number of challenges over the past year, moving to a new base for the central team and finding herself the only district nurse sister on duty for a period of time. She rose to the challenge of ensuring all 4 teams were supported and coordinated to reduce the risk of any patients not being seen as they should be. In the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, Tracy took the lead in coordinating our shielded staff every day, directing their activity, supporting the rest of her colleagues and their teams while they were unwell, and she has continued to flourish into one of the most capable and resilient colleagues I have had the pleasure of working with. Tracy is a fantastic role model. Recent feedback from a patient detailed her caring attitude, attention to detail, and thorough communication which helped them understand their treatment, and this was highly valued. Thank you, Tracy, for keeping the Central District Nursing team on track during the most challenging time.
The past 12 months have been challenging for the North Links Care Group in terms of medical staffing, with a number of vacancies in the consultant grade levels. Andrew has covered all of the teams with vacancies, as well as covering his own work and supporting the rest of the care group in his AMD role. Despite the challenges he has faced and his increased workload, he has maintained exceptionally high standards in patient care and has led by example in relation to providing compassionate care and treatment to those people he has seen. He supports other team members with their clinical development and during lockdown took patient prescriptions to local pharmacists to ensure that vulnerable patients got the treatment they needed when they needed it most. He stepped up this year and supported the whole system when it mattered the most to us.
I'm pleased to announce that the highly commended award goes to Dr Elizabeth Barron. And now on to the winner. Well, the winner of the Clinician of the Year, Award 2020, is Martin Jones.
Hello everyone,
Our next category is our Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Award. This award is for an individual or team who has demonstrated exceptional practice in promoting equality, diversity and inclusion through leadership, patient empowerment or staff engagement. Those shortlisted are the Grounded Research and the Communications team, David Smith, Lee Isle and Charlotte Jubber, our Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic BAME network, the North Lincolnshire Memory Assessment and Treatment Service, and Lewis Palmer, Grounded Research team. So let's hear why they were nominated.
So I've nominated the Grounded Research team. The reason that I've nominated them is because we've always really prided ourselves in our inclusivity. We've always been really proud to work and try and reach the sort of hard to reach areas in our community. We've always had a strong community focus. And that's one of the reasons why we won the Nursing Times Award in 2019. I've nominated the team because in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've taken part in quite a few national research studies and we've been praised on our ability to get access to some of the hard to reach groups. We've also, with help from the Trust and the comms team, we've also developed a video to extend out to the BAME communities. I really want to thank the comms team for their support and help, and they made it seamless and they made it seem easy, so that's why I've nominated them and I'm really pleased that they've been shortlisted.
David, Lee and Charlotte collaborated to make sure that the idea of a virtual clinic became a reality for the people that use our memory service. By pushing this new way of working forward, they opened up a series of clinics for people who may have been technologically naive or unable to manage virtual clinics because of their own needs. It has enabled us to have clinics that are inclusive and meet a diverse range of needs.
I've nominated the BAME network because I think they're such a fantastic network, not just only for peer support, but just to also inform some of the things that we do with our service users, supporting our community. So they are a fantastic group and it's been going for about 18 months now and it's been growing strength to strength. I thought it was just the year to celebrate diversity and to show that at R- we are diverse and we accept and we do not exclude anyone. We're a very inclusive organisation, and by showing that we've got all these networks and the BAME being the first one that came through, it shows that we are an inclusive group. So thank you very much for doing all the work that you do. Keep smiling.
Once the virtual clinics has been set up in the memory service, our staff managed some initial hurdles and embraced the change. This supported people and their carers to come to safe clinic appointments that they might otherwise not have been able to attend. Embracing this change and being able to work differently means that this group of people have the same opportunity to attend the appointments and, importantly, have the opportunity to attend the appointments with somebody that knows them really well.
Myself and Virginia Golding have nominated Lewis Palmer for the award because he has demonstrated passion and commitment in improving the health outcomes for people who identify as Black, Asian and minority ethnic by encouraging people from this community to become involved in specific research, looking into the health inequalities impacting on them. Lewis has shared his family's experiences of working in the NHS, which will hopefully inspire others to do so, which promotes the richness, diversity that can be brought to our organisation. He's an active member of our BAME staff network and a great role model for our trust.
I'm pleased to announce that the highly commended award goes to our BAME network. And now on to the winner. The winner of the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Award for 2020 is Lewis Palmer.
Our next award is our Patient Safety Award. This is for a staff member, volunteer or team who has successfully improved the safety of care or service they deliver. Those shortlisted are Laurel Ward, Sue Gibbons and Tia Shahal, the respiratory team, including the home treatment team, the Pressure Ulcer Structured Review Panel. Let's see the videos.
To improve patient safety and the quality of nursing care, our team on Laurel Ward scrutinise every IR1. They look at triggers and antecedents to all events, responses that might have been effective previously, and the impact of each incident on the patient, on other patients, and on the ward staff as well. The lessons that they learn are shared among the staff group so that they can agree on the actions that they'll take to keep patient safety a top priority.
I've made this nomination because Sue and Tia don't actually work for the ADHD pathway. They both work for the learning disability team, but throughout the COVID pandemic, a number of people with ADHD were significantly deteriorating in the community to a point that some people were requiring admission. So to prevent that deterioration, Sue and Tia have become a point of contact for a number of these patients, and they've made weekly contact and sometimes daily contact with the people that are struggling with ADHD to support them during these difficult times.
They work with a patient group that are normally vulnerable and at risk, but even more so during the COVID pandemic. The team developed and maintained a risk register, and I'm extremely proud that not one person was missed nor died as a consequence of COVID, which, considering the client group, is amazing. With face-to-face visits suspended, the team have strengthened their skills of virtual assessment to maintain patient safety. They have stepped up the challenge using various virtual technologies, which has reduced the risk to both patients and staff. To ensure they are up to date, they have taken advantage of a wealth of educational webinars and online information and shared it during regular team briefings. Despite not doing face-to-face visits, patients still report feeling supported and reassured during these uncertain times.
I've nominated the Pressure Ulcer panel because they're doing some really productive work around the reducing incidence of pressure damage within the community. The panel reviews all the structured reviews from the community nursing staff and makes some judgments around how the care has been provided, and also a lot of suggestions about how that can be improved. As a result of that, the practice educator and the tissue viability lead nurse have done some really sterling work with the community nursing staff. And I think community nursing staff really need to be commended, and it's for them really that I'm putting the application in, because they work incredibly hard in making sure that the structured reviews are as comprehensive as they possibly can be.
So on to the winners and the runner-up. The runner-up is the respiratory team, including the home treatment team. I'm pleased to say that the winner of the Patient Safety Award is Laura Ward. Well done to both teams.
Our next award is for our Volunteer of the Year. I've got to say that all of our volunteers are so valuable to us. Volunteers across the Trust do a fantastic job, giving up their time to support our staff, patients and carers. This award is for a dedicated volunteer who has selflessly devoted their time. It was so hard to shortlist in this category. The shortlisted nominations are the Diamond Activity and Therapeutic Services Volunteer Team in Doncaster, the Volunteer Mentors, Aspire Drug and Alcohol Services, St John's Counselling and Bereavement Volunteers, Barry Cowling from Chaplaincy, and Anne Corton, Blossom Lodge in Doncaster. So let's hear why they've been nominated.
Diamond Activity and Therapeutic Services provides individualised therapy packages of care and support for adults with learning and physical disabilities.
We are supported by a team of 5 volunteers who not only complement the staff team, but take an active interest in offering their own time, specialist input, support or way of repaying the encouragement and help they may have already received themselves. So a huge thank you to Ian for his dedication in maintaining our sensory garden, Jane for her specialised communication support, John for creating the ultimate mandala artwork to aid focus and relaxation, Leah for her creative support, and last but not least, Louise for her continuous empathy.
We're nominating the Aspire Volunteer Mentors, and this is because they are an inspiration to our service. They give us so many new ideas during COVID-19, and they've built on these ideas. They've given us new groups, they're facilitating these groups, they're co-facilitating the staff, and some of them have never used Zoom as a platform ever before. They've been through so much themselves, and they're still wanting to help other people in our community with substance misuse problems, which is incredible, especially during this tough time, that they've still shown that resilience and kindness towards their peers and those that are still very early on in recovery.
I've nominated the volunteer counsellors based within St John's Counselling and Bereavement Service. They always show passion, commitment and professionalism, and generously give at least one day a week to provide psychological support to individuals and their loved ones diagnosed with a life-limiting illness or grieving. I'm immensely proud of all the staff within the counselling service, but I specifically wanted to acknowledge the hard work and commitment of the volunteers who tirelessly give up their own time and make a huge difference to individuals and their families who are facing death or grieving. So a massive thank you to you all. You are an integral part of the team and you all do an absolutely amazing job. Thank you.
I have nominated Barry as throughout the pandemic he has continued to work tirelessly in the Memorial Garden, ensuring it has remained looking immaculate and a space where people have been able to find solitude during the past months. Barry never asked for any thanks and told me he wants to keep it at its best, so anyone who has roses planted in memory of their loved ones can visit it at any time and know we care. The brass plaques are so shiny you can see your face in them. We would not be able to maintain our garden to this standard without his help. Thank you for all your hard work, Barry.
I nominate Anne Corton because she's an outstanding volunteer, exceptionally motivated and committed. Anne brings a special sparkle to our service and our patients. She's reliably and consistently enriching our service and is highly regarded by everyone. Anne has a great understanding about what it takes to support our patients. Anne always has a proactive approach and a positive can-do attitude, and her enthusiasm rubs off onto everyone. My staff have always given me the most positive feedback about Anne's contributions and her natural talent to engage with our patients. I've always made sure to speak to Anne on the day she comes in. She's always a pleasure to talk to, looks at things with a fresh pair of eyes, and it's great to listen to her views, especially with her professional background in the health sector prior to her retirement.
I'm pleased to announce that the highly commended is Anne Corton from Blossom Lodge. Now on to our winners. I'm pleased to announce that the Volunteer of the Year award for 2020 goes to the volunteer mentors at the Aspire Drug and Alcohol Services.
Our next award is the Quality Care Award. This is for an individual or team that has shown an exceptionally caring, supporting and compassionate service to patients, their families and friends. Those shortlisted are Emma Tomlinson, the Family Support Workers, Cherie Kerry, Doncaster Intellectual Disabilities Team in CAMS, Tracy McLaren and Sarah McFarlane, and Claire Fry. Before we see the video, I want to say a big thank you to all our patients and carers for taking the time to tell us why your nomination should win. Thank you. Let's see the videos.
Emma is an outstanding worker. I always can count on her.
After I gave birth to my baby daughter, she's always for me and my partner. I can ask her any question or call her anytime. She acts and cares same as a part of family, not just like an NHS worker. I can say she loves her job and truly deserves the reward.
I've nominated the North Links School Nurse Family Support Workers from the 0 to 19 Health and Wellbeing Service because during the COVID-19 crisis, they've had the task of contacting all those children, young people and families who have been identified as autistic, shielding or vulnerable. At times, these calls have been both uplifting with positive comments and distressing listening to upset parents who are finding lockdown difficult coping with their child's behaviour. They've listened, given time for parents to vent, laughed with them and supported through tears. They've signposted to services, made home visits if needed and sought support to share their experiences and receive clinical supervision. They've shown how caring and compassionate they are and are an asset to the school nurse team and the whole 0 to 19 team.
I nominated Cherie because she made me feel like a person and not a problem. When I was struggling mentally, Cherie kept the conversation going and repeatedly told me I can get through this. That meant a lot. She helped me come up with a nighttime plan to get me through to the next day. I have had quite a few good experiences on call with this lady, but this one night she made me feel better in myself. Cherie is brilliant and deserves this award for being a star team member in the care system and gives you her time, doesn't rush you off the phone when feeling low or in crisis. I feel this lady is very knowledgeable and understanding. She takes time to listen to you in a non-judgmental way. She's caring and helpful, very supportive. She's brilliant. Thank you.
I'm representing 6 other nominations. Jackie Exelby, Heather Partington and Claire Tallager. There's 3 from different schools. We've nominated them because they're professional, they're passionate, they care about everything they do and they're also approachable. Our families are really, really privileged to be able to work with such professional people. Tracy and Sarah are always at the end of a phone if we need them. Nothing that we ask them is too difficult. They've always got an answer and usually it's quite a common sense answer. For the other schools, Jackie Exelby at Stonehill, she values them greatly. She appreciates everything that they do for her and her team. And at Peniview School, speaking personally, we've always had a great relationship with the 2 of them. And as I said earlier, we are privileged to work with them.
I nominated Claire Fry for the Quality Care Awards. She's just simply amazing, really. I've known her for over 6 years now, since I had my first child. She's so welcoming for anybody that comes to any of the baby groups. She's always there to offer great advice when needed to both parents and children. She's got great intelligence and judgment within her job. And I think she needs all the praise she deserves for all the hard work she does working with both parents and children.
I am pleased to announce that the runner-up is Claire Fry. Let's announce the winner. The winner of the Quality Care Award is the Doncaster Intellectual Disabilities team, Tracy McLaren and Sarah McFarlane.
Our next award is the Danny Rose Exceptional Achievement Award. This award is in recognition of the dedication and efforts made by an individual or team when it really counted the most. Those shortlisted are the Respiratory Nursing and Oxygen Services team from the Opal Centre, colleagues from the North Community Planned Nursing team, Doncaster Community Nursing Service, the Enhanced Care Home Response team, Doncaster, and the Trust-wide Employee Relations team. So let's see the video.
They work with a patient group that are normally vulnerable and at risk, but even more so during the COVID pandemic. The team developed and maintained a risk register, and I'm extremely proud that not one person was missed nor died as a consequence of COVID, which, considering the client group, is amazing. With face-to-face visits suspended, the team have strengthened their skills of virtual assessment to maintain patient safety. They have stepped up the challenge using various virtual technologies, which has reduced the risk to both patients and staff. To ensure they are up to date, they have taken advantage of a wealth of educational webinars and online information and shared it during regular team briefings. Despite not doing face-to-face visits, patients still report feeling supported and reassured during these uncertain times.
I have nominated Community Specialist Practitioner Helen Lloyd, Staff Nurse Joy Davis, Rachel Joblin and Lisa McCall, Healthcare Assistants Rachel Forcock and Melissa Lamb from the North Plant Community Nursing Team, because these nurses showed great resolve, stamina and professionalism over the weekend commencing the 27th of June. The weekend was fraught with complex issues, including palliative patients, as well as wearing PPE and managing risk due to the coronavirus. They met individually timed end-of-life visits with courage and compassion. The team did all this as well as their business as usual. It was an emotionally charged weekend, and they showed great compassion and a positive dedication, working beyond their contracted hours, putting their patients and their families first. They demonstrated leadership, teamwork, communication and decision-making at its best, while positively managing their personal stress levels and delivering excellent care. The demands of the weekend demonstrated excellence in their discipline, while also demonstrating the vision, the ambitions and the values of the organisation. Well done everyone.
I'm nominating the Community Nursing Service for the Danny Rose Award because they've been absolutely demonstrated true dedication to the vulnerable patients in Doncaster 24/7 throughout the most difficult time we can remember experiencing in the NHS. They've seen thousands of patients face to face, and the number of patients being referred to them has increased. They've taken on people shielding, treating those who can't attend hospital or the GP, and also releasing staff to proactively work with care homes. They've supported more people at the end of their lives who've chosen to die at home so they can be with their families in circumstances which have often been difficult and emotionally charged. They fully deserve to win the Danny Rose Exceptional Achievement Award. If they don't, each one will be able to reflect with pride that their dedication and their effort have made a real difference to people's lives at this incredibly difficult time. Thank you.
I have nominated the Enhanced Care Home Response Team because in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic, we were asked as a health and social care community to provide a response at pace to stabilise our care homes in Doncaster. The staff have flexed and adapted to every ask. They have worked tirelessly to get the care homes to the current position in ensuring a safe, supported environment for all of our care home residents. This has been difficult to achieve, but the pace at which they have progressed to the current position of every care home being RAG rated as green through the Quality MDT multidisciplinary team and the organisation and delivery of clinical multidisciplinary teams in every care home working across the primary care networks in Doncaster has been astounding. The total number of care home residents is currently 1,400 and we have reviewed more than 200 so far. Thank you so much. It's been a genuine honour to be part of this fantastic team and I am so proud of what we have achieved.
I have nominated the Employee Relations team because they have shown great team commitment, dedication and tenacity during COVID. Like many teams, overnight the team have had to adapt to a different way of working and also undertaking different work. They've supported COVID staff testing, facilitating testing for employees, communicating the results, sharing the relief with colleagues when they've had a negative result and the anguish when the result is positive, supporting employees and managers when they've needed it most. Irrespective of the outcome from the awards, it's a huge thank you from me, and here's to the next leg of the road trip.
I'm pleased to announce that our highly commended entry is our colleagues from the North Community Planned Nursing Team. So let's announce the winner.
Hello everyone, this is Danny Rose and I'm just sending a quick video to say well done to the winner of the Danny Rose Exceptional Achievement Award. It goes to the Enhanced Care Home Response Team, so I'd just like to say well done. Another huge thank you to the NHS for, the time, the work, the effort and dedication that they've put in over the last 6 months in helping us and the whole country get through this difficult time with the virus. And, I hope it doesn't go on for much longer and we can all, continue to be thankful to the NHS and, I hope everybody stays safe. So thank you again, NHS, and well done.
We're now moving on to the Chief Executives Award. This year, my award is going to an individual who has made an outstanding contribution to our organisation over a number of years. This individual has worked in an organisational-wide corporate role for the past 4.5 years, having had a very successful clinical career prior to this. During these past 4.5 years, my award winner has led on establishing our approach to colleague engagement throughout the Trust, which you will remember as listening into action, and which we now know as the R-Way. She has helped to create a very positive Speak Up culture in R- as our Freedom to Speak Up guardian, and has developed an inclusive approach that supports people to raise concerns in a psychologically safe way. This fantastic work was also recognised in the past year, with us as an organisation being awarded Freedom to Speak Up Trust of the Year by the Health Service Journal. Her passion for inclusivity and recognising the value of diversity has helped us drive our development of colleague networks throughout R-. And we are now seeing some fantastic contributions from a wide range of colleagues who previously didn't have a voice. You will by now, I'm sure, know who my winner is. But I just want to make a few final words before I make that announcement. In February this year, we sadly saw Rosie Johnson take a period of sick leave prior to her retirement. My award winner stepped in and took the reins of this department within a heartbeat. Little did any of us know that in just a few short weeks we would be impacted so significantly by the coronavirus pandemic. But like always with this individual, she took it all in her stride. Taking on a new role is always daunting, but the way in which she did this was nothing short of amazing. And the support she provided to her team, to colleagues throughout our organisation, and more broadly across the system as well. But it also included charity work in a local community, baking cakes for so many of us, and so much more. This really does signal an individual who has made such an outstanding contribution. So, I'm delighted to announce that the winner of this year's Chief Executive Award is the amazing Dr. Jude Graham. I'll now hand over to Alan, who will announce this year's Chairman's Award.
Hi everyone, I hope you've enjoyed our online event, and well done to everyone who's been nominated this year. As you may or may not know, each year I choose the Chairman's Award from all the award winners. It's always such a difficult decision because there is so much great work going on, but I have to choose. So please bear in mind that everyone who has been nominated is a winner. However, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the winner of the Chairman's Award for 2020 is the Enhanced Care Home Response-to.
Just before the award ceremony ends, I'd want to thank you all for watching. Thank you to everyone who has helped to make this online event happen. There's been a huge amount of hard work going off behind the scenes, as I'm sure you can imagine. And finally, a really big thank you to each and every one of all of my colleagues here at R-. We're one team, and I'm proud of what we all continue to achieve together. Thank you.